Hi guys, welcome back to my room, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chep. I'm super excited to have you here again. Today's video is going to be different, and you can even see the setup is a little bit different. I wanted to do a recap of this particular mood board I had from this year 2020, between October and December. That's why we have the setup this way, so that I can place this on the side of the screen. Guys, but if you're actually seeing this video, that means I was able to find out how I can do that when editing. And if I do, just comment down below niambie, hey Chep, tunakucheki hapo kwa editing game. I would really appreciate the support. Today is 31st, tomorrow is a new year. I was just reviewing a couple of things, including my visual board and a couple of things I had written down. And I know so many people want to move out of 2020 or like forget 2020. I feel like the rush into 2021 kind of makes me feel like it's like I don't want to remember, or we don't want to remember what has happened in 2020, and that's the struggle I have, especially this year. And the funny thing is, I've actually never 31st for me is usually my time to just chill and relax. I've never taken, like, I usually review my year earlier in December, maybe the second week, and pray and plan for the next year in like within the second week. But this year I haven't done any of that. I think I'll go ahead and just review this, because when I was looking at this earlier today, I was like, wow, this is so interesting. A lot of the things I put on here I was able to achieve, and some I wasn't able to achieve. And first of all, I have to shout out my friend Sam B. Hi Sam. Sam is the one who made me do, no, actually Sam is like my productivity coach, my personal productivity coach. I don't know if you guys can steal her from me, but she's such an amazing, she's a person who can encourage someone sana. The plan I had with Sam was so that I could I wanted to design some of my schedules and my planners and then send it to her so that she can keep me accountable. And then I figured out, why shouldn't I throw in like a mood board so that she sees like the general feel of where I am and what I want to do in the rest of the last quarter of the year. And that's what I did. So I designed my little mood board, and I hope, guys, I'll be able to put it somewhere here on the screen. And I really loved it. Most of them are pictures I took myself, and some are pictures my friends took of me, or I have one picture I got from the internet. Anyway, so let's go ahead and just review it. The first thing I have on my mood board is my photo stroke videography, and then I actually wrote there chak a chak. So chak a chak in Jaluo means just start, if I'm not wrong. I think so, guys. It means just start. So I just wanted, I've always been interested in like videography and photography, but I always limit it to like me and myself, my friends and my family, nothing professional. But this year I threw myself into the deep end. This year, I'm talking about October to December, guys. So I did a lot of videography, even on my Instagram and on my YouTube, thanks to Sambe again, because I had like a deal with her. She gave me some targets which I had to achieve. Yeah, so I did a lot of videography, put up my content there. I still have a lot of videos I shot a couple of months ago, years ago, that I do want to edit and put up, so hopefully I'll do that in the new year. And then for my photography, I was able to, shoot something for Midas Touch, which will be out hopefully very soon. And go check out Midas Touch on Instagram. I think I'll try and put their name in the description box. They do makeup. She kind of reminds us who God says we are through her art. So Clarice, thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to take photos of your clients. I had such a wonderful time, and I'm looking forward to many opportunities where I can put myself out there and be able to shoot videos or take pictures. The second thing I have at just below that is Shamba Yangu, Farm to Table. If you don't know, I do co-own a business with a friend of mine, Daktari JJ, called Shamba Yangu, or This Farm is Home, where my heart and my soul finds and calls this place home. It's something new, yet something old for me, if that makes sense. And I've been exploring that a lot on my page. So please, if you don't follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, and I had my little note there was farm to table, and the main meaning behind that was I wanted to grow food, basically, or provide an avenue where whatever it is we are growing can be edible, or can be beneficial to us in one way or another, and also trying to be organic as we do that. It's been a challenge, as this particular picture of my Croatian mint, guys. I loved that mint. It grew so well, and then at some point ikakauka. So I'm trying to revive it. So those are the things at shamba yangu that made me step out of my comfort zone. I was able to grow tomatoes. I learned how to harvest potatoes and grow them at the same time, how to harvest and grow sweet potatoes as well. I grew my own onions, I grew my own herbs, my mints, my thyme, my oregano. I recently just started growing my strawberries. I planted trees, both indigenous trees that you could even like use, like the mwarubaini tree, a mugumo tree. There's another one I've forgotten, but they are like, I've been able to go out there. So shamba yangu really depicted what was in my heart, wanting to grow food. And this started at the beginning of quarantine, literally, because it's something I'd always wanted to do. So I'm proud of that. The third bit is architecture, and I've written there, focus. So if you don't know, I'm in my last year of school, and I wanted to focus like I am in this particular picture. And I kind of think I have this far, like I'd say, like with how I had intended to maybe do within this year. So I've been able to, achieve certain goals I had set for myself within the school semester. So I'm hoping to continue the same and to finish well in 2021, as you can see there with my 2019 graduation picture. I graduated in 2021, and I've written over there I've written, "You've got this." So yeah, I was just telling myself, you've got this, especially because the situations around school, the circumstances around school, the assignments, the tasks, everything can cause so much anxiety. But Chep, you've got this. You've got whatever it is you're doing, but whether it is at school or at work or at home, with whatever it is that you're doing in this year or in next year or in your future goals, you really have got this. With God on your side, you've got this. So the next thing I have is F&M, which is my other business, and I have dream and design as the wordings of that particular photo. So I dreamt and I designed a couple of things. If you do know, F&M stands for Fit and More, and the intention behind the business was to actually design and have things made from Kenya. And to some extent I've been able to do that. I wanted to like explore a lot with socks, the sock design, but apparently the Kenyan market has not been favorable. I was able to also, dream and design in terms of like putting myself out there with my photography, with my design skills, which I learned and acquired. So go ahead and check my page, and then you can just see how I have nimegrow pole pole in learning a lot of softwares and things like that. Traveling for me is like, I always travel to converse with God, if that makes sense, if I'm going anywhere. So that's why you can see the tagline is "See the goodness of the Lord," guys. Wherever I go, like nature for me, God's creation for me, connects me with God. So I'm always out there, like, just seeing God's goodness. Sadly, I haven't been able to travel to the beach, guys. It's my third home. I'm able to travel there, but hopefully 2021 gives us better opportunities. And yeah, this was a picture taken in where was this? This should be Watamu. So we took a boat ride to some clear water just so we could dive and swim there. And the only way we could swim was to dive. Guys, I know how to swim, but I don't know how to dive. I'm not confident in diving. So this particular location, you had to dive into the water. That was the safest and best option of getting into the water. So I think I do have a clip, so I should insert it somewhere here. So I remember I was like, you know what, Sawa, let's do this. And then I dove, and then when I was in the water, I realized, oh my goodness, nimedive vizuri. I swam back to the boat to dive again. I love this trip. And guys, if I could just get a house, like this person's house, right up juu ya maji, and you can see there are staircases or steps that lead into the water. Guys, some people are living their best lives. My best life. Anyway, below that I have create, and creating, I wrote there bring forth. As you can also see, this particular picture is a picture I took of myself writing something on my bullet journal. I'm always creating, I'm always DIYing. I did want to bring forth a lot of things, my ideas, my plans, my goals to fruition, and I think I was able to do that in one way or another. As you know, especially for me, creating equals fighting my fear. So I was able to do a little bit of that within this last couple of months. And then the next post, this is the picture I got from the internet. It's money, and I've written there discipline. Guys, me and money, theoretically I'm like the guru, but practically, hey, story ni ingine. So I wanted to be disciplined with my money, to be a good steward with my money, and also just to learn how to do certain things such as saving or investing or using my money wisely, right? So I think I was able to do a little bit of that, and I hope to do better in 2021. I actually have a book here which I bought for my personal finances, so I could write down literally everything, guys, and I think I've been diligent so far. This was also Sambe's idea. I'm telling Sambe, my productivity coach, guys. She's thebomb.com. In the last area, I do have community, and in community I have learn and grow as my title on that area. So as you can see, this picture, I actually took it in Voi. My heart, oh my goodness, Voi, the community, the landscape, so beautiful. I took this picture from my hotel balcony, guys. Can you imagine? I had mountains surrounding me and beautiful trees and all those things. So it's somewhere I'd like to visit again. I was able to visit a particular community that was affected by the floods in Baringo, and I was able to learn a whole lot, challenge myself. I'm hoping to go back in 2021 because I'm picking some information, or I'm writing a report on the same. And community is very important for me because I think we are kind of losing it in this generation, and more so even with Corona and the whole social distancing thing, and you don't want to see someone next to you. But for me, community is very important. So I try and like plug in just so I can learn, so I can grow, so I can teach myself new things about new groups of people and their culture and things like that. There are things I really, really, really admire, and I'm one of the people who believes that we really need to hold on to our communities, some of our cultures, like our clothing, how we do our hair, the things like that, like whatever it is, just a lot of things. We can hold on to the good and let go of the bad. The next picture, as you can see, is a picture I took in Malindi. Guys, Malindi is really close to my heart. As you can see, that particular stone that is being held up is actually in the shape of a love heart. Sorry guys, my battery actually cut off. So I think I was talking about the second last picture, which I took in Malindi, and the stone being held up is actually in the shape of a love heart. Hence the title of that particular picture, Love. And I've written, give and receive, to give and to receive love. I think in so many ways I've gotten to experience love this year, to give the love and to receive the love. and in so many ways I think I could have done better. I was about to say we could have done better, but najua wengine wenu watakuwa huko wewe na nani. But yeah, so I'm just hoping 2021 will be better in terms of being different. Yeah, so the last picture you have there is actually, I really want to say a little story about this picture. This was also taken in Malindi, and we had just come from watching the sunrise at the beach. This time we stayed at a villa that was close to the beach, so I think we had to take like 5 minutes to go to the beach we had to take a 5-minute walk to the beach to watch the sunrise. So this was the last day of our trip, and we watched the sunrise I think every day. We were there all the time we go there, we have to watch the sunrise. So this particular day tumeambia Dani, that's JJ and myself, you know, kesho at this time we have to be up before 6, because actually in Malindi I've noticed that the sun, like it could be bright outside but the sun hasn't yet risen, if that makes sense. And the sun rises from the ocean, so the ocean is towards the east. So sometimes you can wake up like at like 6 and think you missed the sunrise, but you haven't yet missed the sunrise. So I think we woke up at 6 that day. We were supposed to wake up at maybe at 5:50, and then we were like, okay, Janet, I think we're late, we need to go get Danny, and then go. He must be awake because we had agreed the day before to be ready. Let me tell you, we go to the place where we're supposed to meet with Danny. The fella is not there, so I had to go wake the fella up. And the guy was a bit confused, like, oh, let's go. So we went to watch the sunrise. Such a beautiful sunrise. If I do have a video, I think I'll insert it here, a picture. And then it rained on that particular day, so we had to shelter ourselves at like this bar, or was it like a restaurant at the beach, and then finished watching the sunrise, and then we walked back to our villa. So this picture was taken on the way. There was a house whose wall, or rather the fence, had different colors of like overgrown bougainvillea, and the flowers are just hanging hanging over the fence. And as you can see, like they're all different colors, like there were pinks and whites and oranges, and guys, so beautiful. So I take a picture, and you can see I'm very happy in this particular picture. So I wanted this to be my mood between October and December and in 2021. And if you know me, you know I love flowers. I just love the intricate details within flowers and the color. So if I could have anything on my garden, it would be flowers. And yeah, anyway, so I wanted my mood to be flowers, color, and joy. I don't even know if that makes sense, but yeah, that was my mood board of the year. And then on to the last bit was the word of God, the memory, not the memory verse for this particular one, but basically another thing I wanted to keep in mind was the word of God. And I had just found this particular verse, which I'll read out to you, from Hebrews 6:19. From the background of these pictures is a picture of, I think I took it maybe 2 years ago, I was reading my Bible in some balcony somewhere, and I'll place the picture here as well. And that particular verse says, "We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. It enters the inner sanctuary behind the curtain." Hebrews 6:19. 2020 for me, I struggled a lot with being hopeful, and when I saw this verse, I was like, okay, I have hope as an anchor, firm and secure, you know, in Christ. And I loved it. So it's like I'm gonna keep that in my mood board. I'm definitely going into 2021 with this, guys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, do all those amazing things. So yeah, see you and take care, and always stay in the Lord. Bye.